And we're here. Hello. How's it been? Welcome. My name is Stormcaster. And today, well, I think we all know what day it is today. Pokemon Day. I wish I could be more enthused about that. Well, maybe. We'll see. I actually don't know what was unveiled today. So, give it a bit. I'll hang out before we actually get started, but, you know, I think we know what we're all doing today. And that is watching this goddamn trailer happen. Why? Oh, I forgot to change my resolution. Whoops. Oh. Oh, also, whoopsie. Yeah, I moved slightly over to the left so I could accommodate the video. Alrighty. Alright. Well, this is like a 20-minute video. Might as well give it a shot, right? Might as well just get right into it, right? Present was nice, won't get into it, obviously. Oh boy, Gami. Alright. Without further ado, let's watch the Pokemon Direct. Also, welcome, Gami. How's your night been? How's Persona 4 been? Big fan of that game myself. That was my first Persona game, actually. It's weird to think that it's been years since that game. Pokemon fans try not to have unrealistic expectations. Okay, let me go into what I want out of this, alright? Scarlet Violet DLC, obviously. That is definitely on here. Any mention of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Anything. I will take anything at this point. New game? Sure. Port? Sure. That's fine. Anything. Alright, let me turn off the music. And let's just let this play. How about it? Let me go back. If it's too loud, let me know.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
Hello.
Today, February 27th, is Pokemon Day.
Oh.
This is the date that the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon
Is that an actual
series.
plush?
At the time, only 151 Pokemon had been
Mystery
discovered,
Dungeon would be lit.
but now
Dude,
that
please.
number has
Also, welcome,
grown to
Como.
over 1,000. To all you trainers around the world who have journeyed together with your Pokemon over the years, we are so thankful for your support.
It's real, jeez.
In today's presentation,
Morning. It
we
is
will
morning.
be bringing you all sorts of news about Pokemon. First,
I've been
we would
waking
like
up
to
early
talk about
a
this
lot
year's
lately.
Pokemon World Championships,
I
the
don't-
first ever to be held in Japan.
There are people who care about the championship
Mr. Chris
stuff.
Brown, take it away.
Myself, what the fuck?
Hello, Pokemon trainers. I'm Chris Brown from the Pokemon Company International, and I'm so glad to join you again to talk about our annual Pokemon World Championships. This past year in London, more than 10,000
I don't know.
trainers
Maybe
all over the world
maybe I
gathered
enjoy
together
watching
to
the Pokemon
celebrate
championships.
Pokemon
They
and
just seem like
experience
fun.
epic battles.
Like they've never
Thank
really
you
been
to
my
all the
thing
trainers who made the
of the
London World
games or the card
Championships
game.
our largest ever,
You know.
and congratulations again to our newest world champions.
It's kind
Now
of
I'd
loud.
like to
I'm
share
turning
with you
down
all
a bit.
some details about our next event. The 2023 Pokemon World
That'll be fun.
Championships will be held in Japan for the very first time. We look forward to trainers battling in the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon
Has it never
Violet
took
games,
place in
the
Japan?
Pokemon Trading Card Game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite from August
Huh.
11th to 13th at the Pacifico Yokohama. For more than a decade, we have created special artwork to honor each location that makes the World Championship experience unique.
Okay.
Today, I am happy to share the key art for Yokohama for the very first time.
I can't believe
Let's have a
R&B
look.
singer Chris Brown works in Pokemon. Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Aww. That's cute.
The World Championships is so special because of how our community from around the world comes together to play Pokemon. We can't wait to see you there. And for those that can't make it, be sure to catch all the action on our live broadcasts all weekend long. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
That's freaking me
We
out.
can't wait to see everyone together in Yokohama later this year.
That is wild.
Moving on, please have a look at this video.
Okay. Yeah, it just has never really been my scene. I'm not someone who gets into competitive of anything, really. Like, I try my best to, you know... Hey, hello! Hi, we are watching the Pokemon Direct, because I don't know anything about what happened. What the hell? Oh, okay, it's the card game. Yeah, like, I don't really get into competitive most things. Is this... Those counters have always looked really cool. I mean, that looks cooler than tokens. The little cardboard things that you'd, like, push out. ECG is boring. You think Scalpers ruined it for you. You know. I like the card game collecting aspect of it more so than, I like the card game collecting aspect of it more so than, like, the game itself, I guess. Almost going to the Shadow Realm at the end of this? Yeah. This high class. Oh. Classic. Huh.
Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic is designed to be a premium Pokemon TCG set that will last a lifetime. Created by the design firm Nintendo, Creatures, and the Pokemon Company as a joint production.
Okay.
We'll be providing a sneak peek of the product at the Pokemon World Championships, so I hope you will all come check it out.
Why was this like this upper class family like participating in Pokemon?
To tell you more, we have Miss Min Young Kim from Netflix.
Netflix? Huh?
Mr. Ishihara, thank you for the kind introduction. Hi everyone, my name is Min-young Kim and I oversee Netflix film and series from
Eat your heart out, 30-year-old dickbeards that only keep up with their shit.
Us here today, and I'm thrilled to share how we're bringing Pokemon.
Yeah, is that the
Netflix
audience for
together
that?
For the first time this year.
Wait.
At Netflix, we're passionate about developing local programming that entertains audiences around the world. And so today, we're pleased to announce that Netflix, in collaboration with the Pokemon Company, are producing a brand new Netflix series, The Pokemon Concierge.
What?
We have a group of experts here in Japan who are passionate about finding and developing original stories from Japan that can excite audiences.
Wait, like a short series, or is this a documentary
They're
series?
dedicated to adapting fan favorite stories and manga into extraordinary
Yo,
shows.
Pokemon special?
This title, we're excited to marry an entirely new storyline that expands the Pokemon universe with groundbreaking
Netflix push for that uncanny Pikachu. That explained a lot.
New world to life,
I think that's an actual doll.
With the amazing
Like,
creative team.
the thing next to the guy?
The series, which will be set at the Pokemon Resort, follows the story of our concierge Haru and the many Pokemon who visit as guests.
All right.
We hope you enjoy today's first look at the Netflix
Like the
series
Sweet Life, but for Pokemon.
Concierge.
Got it.
And we can't wait to share more with you.
Are you showing? Oh, okay. Let's see how this looks.
Pokemon Resort.
That's a cute concept. Yeah. Oh, is it like what is that series on Netflix that's like about a bear? Is it about a bear? It looks like stop motion. Yeah, this looks exactly like it, actually. Alright,
Thank you very much, Miss.
that could be
A.
cute.
Pokemon Concierge will be a new animated series brought to you by Netflix and Pokemon.
It is stop motion. Okay.
Please stay tuned for this new series release.
Hello?
Now, we'd like to present the latest
QC
news
Rave.
about our
Oh.
games.
Hello.
Mr. Utsunomiya, please take it away.
Hello. Hey, let me give you a shout out. What am I watching?
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Utsunomiya
I'm watching the
from
Pokemon. Userin, hello.
Have you all been making good progress with
I
the
am-
treasure hunt in the Paldea region?
I'm watching the new Pokemon stuff.
Today,
Did I
we
give
have
you a shout
updates
out?
on the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon
It
Violet
should have
games.
happened.
But first,
Did it not happen?
please take a look at the latest updates about several of our other games.
But hello, hi. I am watching the Pokemon Direct, and we are.
The 5-on-5
Apparently.
strategic team battle game.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Pokemon
How have I
Unite
been? I've been alright. How have you
entered our
been?
second year of
What were
service
you
and
streaming? Let me
surpassed
give you a shout out.
100 million total downloads. More and more Pokemon have joined the fray.
Tommy,
allowing
hello.
more
Marna, hello. Aurello, hello.
The legendary Pokemon
NVT, hello.
is now
Toodaloo-
doing Unite
toot-
battles.
toot- Love to. Tootla
The
hello.
right move is
Ariel,
Fire.
hello. Ah.
It can cut a broad swath with its
Thank
slash
you,
attack.
Toot. Thank you for the
It can
follow.
also charge its sword with Aeos
Fine.
energy
Hold
to
on. I got
unleash
this.
a
I got
stronger
this.
attack.
Let me
Use
give you a
these huge
shout out.
attacks to overwhelm your opponents. And don't miss out on special Hollowware. The adventure in Zacian's Wheeled event is now underway.
The channel I'm
Complete
trying to
missions
shout out does not
receive
exist.
rewards.
Oh, right.
You can also obtain Zacian's Unite license, so be sure to join in. There's also a boss rush event underway. Stand against formidable
There we go.
foes with your allies and earn rewards.
Sorry, I guess.
Plus, to celebrate Pokemon
I guess
Day,
Streamer
we're
Bot's being weird
distributing
right
a
now.
gift code for a special item.
I like Unite.
Hosting an
I'm okay with Unite. It's probably the one MOBA I can
Check
play.
out how the battles are
Oh,
played on
fuck.
the official Pokemon
Oh no!
Go
Look at that track.
The teams that win their way through each league will come together in a dramatic face-off.
We haven't talked in a while.
Kuala
It's been a
Lumpur
while since I've
on
actually
18th
streamed, to be
May.
honest.
Look forward to Asia's greatest Unite.
Yeah, hello, Kami. Welcome.
Keep bringing you more to enjoy in Pokemon Unite.
Can you guys hear the stream, by the way? The Pokemon stream, I mean. Oh, is this cafe? Or whatever it's called. Ah. Thank you for the sub, Marna. It's a little quiet. Let me turn it up a little. Sounds Gucci. Okay. Yeah, this is cafe.
What's this? Seems the aroma of our newest dish has brought some customers to the cafe. Here at the cafe.
This game is doing
Pokemon
well for
Cafe
itself from
Remix
what I
game,
hear.
we meet
I've never
Pokemon
played it,
from
but
the
it looks
Paldea
really
region.
cute.
Sprigatito,
Like,
Fuecoco, and Quaxley. Whip up plenty of
all these
services
new
with the
art
new
assets that
updated
they're
and
using,
bring delight to your Pokemon
this style,
visitors. Progress
the
through
fact
the
that it's
event,
about a
and you'll be able to
cafe,
choose
like
one of
everything
these
about it
foods
appeals to me.
join your
Just never
staff.
tried it out.
Which one will you choose? To celebrate
Oh.
Pokemon Day in Pokemon Cafe Remix, we're also giving away a special in-game Great Chef outfit.
It sounds so
for
wrong because it
Arena.
looks like an apple.
And there's more. You can now deliver to a whole array
you talking about
of
Fuecoco?
5-star chef Pokemon that have appeared in the past. To celebrate this special development,
Like,
you
this
can
is a
enjoy
gacha,
the
right?
bonus 11 times express delivery
Does it
right
matter?
now without using in-game currency. Play Pokemon Cafe Remix on Nintendo Switch
Okay.
or your mobile device.
All right.
And discover what new Pokemon and outfits may show up in your cafe next.
All right. I got scared there. I don't know why.
Here we come. Those with the
This is
strongest
Pokemon Masters,
convictions will win.
right?
I'm not gonna let you win. Shine on.
I really love the voices
Mystery.
At once. Let's go.
because it's Cynthia.
Right.
Weirdly enough, I was not much of a
My
like
wish is for Gallar's trainers to work together to become the strongest in all the world.
Cynthia's thing. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. That's why. Okay, Yuzu's gonna have to rest now. Yeah, no problem, Yuzu.
Now,
Take a
I'm
rest.
gonna be even
I wish you
stronger.
well. Thank you again for the raid. Appreciate it a lot.
Pink is all well and good, I suppose. But I think I'll cover you in the color of beef.
I have not played Sword and Shield. I laugh whenever I see that guy because he looks like such an asshole, and I love it.
I want to be the
Good night,
one who
Yuzu.
beats the unbeatable
Thank you again for the
champion.
raid.
Let's get this started.
You have something to say about this? Shoot, Dami. Every day you look at my model and you're so amazed. Well, the person responsible for my model is in the chat right now. You get it? They're from a British region, but God, do they sound bad.
Please have a look at this video.
They got a British lady for at least one of them, and it didn't happen for the rest of them for some reason. It's a lot of... What is this? Real so stylized, you really like it? We're literally looking at Head's comms because of this. I am a billboard. Pokemon Sleep is real!
Good night.
Yeah, some of those accents aren't the best, Gami. Some are better than others, right? Fucking God. No, that's me. Just waking up in the morning, like in the middle of the night. Oh God! Pokemon Sleep, it's not a myth. It's not! It's real! It exists! Longer development time than... What? Duke Nukem? What Pokemon would you guys sleep with? Like...
Good morning.
Wait. What Pokemon would you like to... Like... Kite? Shut up! Shut up! I don't need... Shut up! There's no way of working that in any way that, like, makes sense. Gengar. Gengar's a good one. Gengar would be amazing. Well, I think if you sleep with Gengar, it'd be like one of those things of where, like, okay, you have the power to destroy me with nightmares, but you won't.
We can
Because
bring
we're
Pokemon
friends,
Sleep
we're
to you
buddies.
later this year. The idea behind
Mudkip
Pokemon
would
Sleep
also...
is to be a
Forgot,
game
hello!
that makes you look forward
Mudkip would
to
also
waking
be
up
a
in the
really good
morning.
one.
To get a better idea of what you can expect, please check out the next video.
Snorlax seems comfy.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon
You
Sleep.
swear if you wake up to encounter sound in the middle of the night, you will
Your
throw a
adventure
Pokeball.
takes place on a small island.
Snorlax because you're
On
boring.
this island,
Snorlax
you
would be...
find Great
Oh,
Big Snorlax
right there.
and
Look at him.
Professor Neroli, who is researching Pokemon Sleep.
Oh.
It's easy to play on this island. All you have to do is get a good night's sleep. If you leave your smartphone by your pillow when you go to bed,
Okay.
your sleep will be measured, recorded, and analyzed.
Why is it being recorded?
Once that's done, it will be categorized into one of 3 sleep types: dozing, snoozing, or slumbering.
I don't know what any of this means. I'm scared.
Pokemon that tend to sleep in the same
Yeah, they're
position
really cute, actually.
gather around Snorlax.
I think the art is...
As you keep this up, you might even discover some rare in-game sleep styles that most will never see. It seems that each species of Pokemon has several sleep styles.
It'll be mean.
Get
Repeat
lots
your
of
sleep.
and
One-eyed sleep? Totodile!
enjoy going
Big
to
boy
sleep
season almost
with
over, Game Freak. You can't do this to you.
research the sleep
No,
styles
you have to
of
change how you
Pokemon
sleep to
together
farm
with
Pokemon. Hydreigon will protect you. That
By
would be a
using the
good
Pokemon
protector.
Sleep app regularly, you can have fun while tracking the regularity of your sleep or rest rhythm.
I have a fondness for
Pokemon
Hydreigon.
Sleep will be
ever
available
since,
for iOS and Android
is it
devices later this
Pokemon
year.
Mystery Dungeon? Super Pokemon Mystery Dungeon?
Next,
No.
we'd like to introduce the device you just got a glimpse of, the Pokemon Go++.
I don't remember which one it was. What?
This is the Pokemon Go accessory.
You can't
It is a
name
new
it that.
device that you can use with Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Go. It's very simple to use.
You changed your answer to the professor?
Press the button when you are going to bed.
In the literal sense. No.
And
He
press
has
that
work to
button
do.
once again when you wake up in the morning.
Super. You included black and white.
Just like
Okay,
that,
okay.
your
It'd be
sleep
super.
data has been measured. There's a Pikachu.
One
using
emo.
Pokemon Go Plus Plus.
Bacon Egg, hello. How's it going yourself? We're watching the
It
Pokemon
can
stuff
sing
going on.
lullabies,
Okay, so I have something to admit.
grow friendlier the more sleep you get together.
Toys
Even
that
unlock
like
new alarm
make
sounds
noises
for
and
you.
talk to
It's
you like
you're
this,
cuddled up to
they
catch
scare
your
the
favorite
hell out of me.
Pikachu.
They
This
terrify
device
me.
also has handy functions for playing Pokemon
Ever since I was a
Go.
kid,
Without even
I had a
pulling out your
Pikachu plush that
smartphone,
would,
you
like,
can
had a
automatically
speaker in it
spin
that would
Pokestops
talk.
and throw
And it wasn't
regular
even that
Pokeballs
long
at Pokemon.
since I had it.
Now you can choose to throw Great Balls and Ultra Balls
But,
as well at the
It
press
got
of a
distorted,
button.
and it
There
would
are
turn on in
tons
the
of
middle of the
ways
night.
to add new functionality
So,
that'll use your sleep data in Pokemon
one night,
Go
I was
too.
just sleeping,
Stay tuned for
you know,
more.
as normal. And I think something happened,
What
like
do
an
you think?
earthquake or something. Something that shook.
The Pokemon Go
Shook it
Plus
from
Plus
its
device
place.
should be available to purchase.
And then I just hear,
And by linking the
Big
Pokemon Go Plus to your Pokemon Go game, you get access to special research in
And-
Pokemon Go that will allow you to encounter
Was that
a
fun?
Snorlax wearing a nightcap.
one day you wake up to Pikachu
Look
throwing
forward
gamer
to
words at
more
me.
news
Might as well have been!
about Pokemon Sleep
Might
and
as well.
Pokemon Go Plus Plus device.
Blaziken. That'd be warm. What's my opinion on Furbies?
Next,
Same.
Turn to
Same
the
thing.
latest updates
Terrifying.
About Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet.
It was like
These
that. It
games
was like
in the
that.
Pokemon series, which were released in November
Alright,
last year.
let's get to this DLC. The fact that I can perfectly recreate the distorted noise makes me 100% believe. Yeah, this is not as. Oh. Ah, there they are. What the? What? It's one heck of a sweet room. Virizion looks basically the same though. Right? What the hell are those? I don't know. My sleep paralysis demon trying to be cute, but ends up being like a real life Mimikyu.
It seems Walking Wake appears in Pokemon Scarlet, while Iron Leaves can be found in Pokemon Violet.
Yo, Walking Wake kind of
You'll be
looks
able to
rad.
catch them for yourself by claiming victory in a Terra Raid battle event. The event will begin not long after this.
Like,
broadcast,
Iron Leaves is
as soon as
okay.
preparations are complete.
But
We hope you'll team up with family,
you want to look
friends,
that
and
messed
other
up,
trainers
like
to
that
take on
messed
this
up Suicune in
challenge.
500 years. Like, it's gnarly.
The games will also soon be able to connect to Pokemon Go.
What?
In Pokemon Go, you can receive gifts from friends or by visiting Pokestops around the world.
Okay.
These gifts come with
Suicune neither
postcards.
cat, dog nor cat confirmed, only
Once it's
dinosaur.
possible to connect these gifts,
Yeah,
you'll
that's
be able
kind
to
of messed
send
up.
postcards to your Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet game, and you'll find that the pattern of Vivillon that appeared
Ah.
will change based on the postcard's location data. And on the Pokemon Go side, the players who have sent postcards will find themselves able
I don't
to
want to
catch
think about
roaming form
Vivillon.
Gimmighoul
I don't want to
in
think
that
about
game.
Vivillon again. I've left
Try
that
to
time
collect
behind.
999
Gonna lurk,
Gimmighoul
but have fun with
coins to evolve
Pokemon.
Gimmighoul into
Catch another
Golden
stream
Go.
soon. Yeah, no problem, Toot.
We're also planning to
Thank you
begin
again.
Pokemon Home
Thank you for-
support
again for
Pokemon
joining.
Scarlet and Pokemon Violet
Feel
early
free to
this
stop
year.
by whenever you can. Whenever you want to, even.
Then you'll be able to bring
Later.
roaming form Gimmighoul that you've caught in Pokemon Go to Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet via Pokemon Home. We hope you look forward to it.
That means
And
Suicune's
finally,
closer
we'd
to
like
the legendary
share our
birds.
last video for today with you.
Alright. I'm ready for
Please
disappointment.
have a look at this.
I'm ready for disappointment or for, you know, anything. Alright, Kami, later. Oh no, this is the actual DLC. Okay. Are they really gonna let people connect Pogo to Scam and Violet? Apparently, Scarlet. Oh, Scarlet and Violet. You have like 400 hours in Pogo. Oh, I see. So hello, Sugar. What? What was that? Pete! Yeah! Wait. I still don't actually know what this is. Is this the DLC or is this a new Legends game? Pokemon Sentai, this is the DLC. Isn't that Sword and Shield? It looks... I like it. Who? Yo, who are those two, though? The hidden treasure of Area Zero. I don't know what I'm looking at, game! The teal mask. It just keeps going. Oh, wait. Is that the thing that was teased? The indigo disc. Okay.
DLC will be available for purchase for the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games.
That's cuter than expected,
The title
yeah.
of this DLC is The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero will be released in 2 parts, with Part 1, The Teal Mask, coming in fall 2023.
Okay.
Part 2,
So
The
long
Indigo
from now.
Disc, will be distributed in winter 2023.
Okay, they're not at
Purchasing
least...
The Hidden
They're at
Treasure
least
of
not
Area
far from each
Zero
other.
will allow you to enjoy playing both parts of the DLC with the save data you already have in Pokemon Scarlet or Pokemon Violet. In Part 1, the
Thought it'd be
Teal
more of an
Mask,
Eldritch
you'll be
abomination.
visiting the land
Are
of
we
Chitakami
taller?
as part of a school trip, as your adventures expand beyond the Paldea region. And in Part 2, the Indigo Disc, you'll be studying as an exchange
why do we not
student
look
at
like
Blueberry
11?
Academy.
Wait, we're transfer students?
During these adventures, you'll be able to encounter some familiar Pokemon that you didn't see living in Paldea.
Oh, alright.
The legendary Pokemon that newly appear in the Hidden Treasure of
School
Area
arc, let's
Zero
go. When are they gonna give
Ogre
Pokemon
Pond, with
Arceus
its
and
fearsome mask,
Pearl and Diamond,
and
Shining Pearl, its
Terrapodos,
promised DLC?
resplendent in its
Oh,
glittering
I
armor.
wonder.
Please
I
look
mean,
forward to a new
Arceus
story
kinda got
that
its
will unfold
DLC.
in 2 parts as you discover the roles that both these Pokemon
I don't know
will
anything
play
about Pearl
in
and
your
Diamond, Shining
adventures.
Pearl, though.
The Hidden
It looks so
Treasure of
different.
Area Zero
Man, you
will
think
be
it's just the-
available for purchase on Nintendo eShop.
You think it's just a
shortly
different
after this
artist? Like they got the
presentation ends.
like the
As
dude.
soon as you make your purchase,
There we go.
you'll be able to get the new uniform set and don some new outfits in your Pokemon Scarlet
Ooh.
or Pokemon Violet game. As an early purchase
So
bonus,
orange.
we've also prepared a serial code that will allow you to claim a special Hisuian Zora arc for your in-game team.
All right.
We hope you enjoy these expanded adventures in the Pokemon
Pokemon
Scarlet
fans try not
and
to have
Pokemon Violet
unrealistic
games.
expectations challenges. I'm just surprised.
What did you think?
What is
As we
like?
move forward, we'll keep trying to find new ways to bring the joy of Pokemon
See, they promised
to
the
you all.
Violet Diamond DLC to be
Thank
able
you
to
for tuning in.
obtain a legit Darkrai and online leaderboard. Huh? They didn't even talk about the Pikachu, did they? Is Diamond and Pearl just... Alright, stop! Are those games just forever relegated to not having all the DLC planned, like, actually in the game at the end? I wonder. You might have canceled it due to bad sales. I wouldn't know. I wonder. Alright, let's move. There we go. A little bit closer. Oh. Like, I mean, that's what I was expecting, I guess. Like, okay, my heart was set on a mystery dungeon anything. Again, I don't think it would have been crazy to see, like, oh, heck, hey, here's a port of this game. I just want to play it again. You got one more class until you're out of there. You're so tired. All right, got me. Feel free to dip. Yeah, feel free. I hope you wish you the best. Sorry, I'm just now like looking at this stuff. Oh, I really enjoy, what was it called? The Waking Walk? Walking Wake? Alright. I still don't actually know what was shown off, but this is kind of like the Splatoon DLC all over again. I liked what I saw. I don't actually know what I saw though. I think what I wanted, like my weird thing that I wanted, is that I wanted the Scarlet and Violet characters in Pokemon Masters just so that I could hear how they would sound. Is this still the Fire Emblem artist drawing these? Because these two do not look like they're 11 anymore, but it might just be their clothes. I don't know. Like, I'm excited. I actually really like the story of Scarlet and Violet, so the idea of more story would be really nice. What are these 3 new Pokemon, though, that showed up? What are these things? I've never played Sword and Shield, so I have no expectations for what the DLC could actually entail. Like, do people like the Sword and Shield DLC? Do people hate it? I have no idea. It honestly could be anything. Well, at least to me. I have no idea what it is. You think it's more like Florian has never looked taller than Juliana, but yes he is. Yeah, actually, I think that was making me wonder, like, is that actually the dude? Like, he always looks like he's like 3 feet tall in most art. And also very nervous, which I guess he still is, but you know. Yo, this second picture though, here. This second picture is, I was gonna say the word. It is cool. It looks sick. Like, why do we look so cool in this? I hope we get these clothes. These clothes look. Oh my god, it's taking all of my power to not say it. These look awesome. Why are we fighting on like some weird Why are we fighting on like some weird like floating island? Am I desperately avoiding Rad? I've been trying. Oh, there it is. People closing up on very specific characters, being like, "This one's mine. This character is mine." I get it. You can say, I can say it. You'll just laugh at me. So much power though that I'm just handing away. Oh, is it? It's the Pokemon. Wait, are they actually? That doesn't. No, that's not. Is it? Someone's saying that the new Pokemon are like supposed to be based on Momotaro, like the ones that we saw. Yeah, apparently. I suppose. That makes sense. Like, whether or not that was the actual intent, who can say, but I've seen it now. That's how I'll forever think of those characters, those Pokemon. Alright, I can look on Twitter again. Wait, the green thing. Wait, the green thing and not the turtle? No, 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 no. Like the three quote unquote starters. Like the things that there were statues of that we saw. I don't know. You guess the DLC looked really Japanese. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting at all, really. Like, I'm not against it. I'm not mad. I'm just confused. We all thought we were going back to France. And then, no. Like, not at all. Oh, I gotta put the music back on, sorry. There we go. I've been, like, quiet this entire time. Whoops. Top right of the map just does randomly have a bamboo forest. You are right. I've never really considered that. Because I just assumed that it had something to do with X and Y, because wasn't Pangoro a thing in X and Y? That was the gen with Pangoro, right? Sent me a tweet. I see. Yeah, I have no idea what to think. Like, you think so? Guess we won't know unless we're traveling by land or just taking a bird taxi. I would like to take a bird taxi. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect. Like, I'm not angry. Just confused a little. I don't know. When I think of Pokemon, like what I expect from Pokemon nowadays, it actually is a good story at this point. Like, that's what I want, and that's what I crave. Like, the main games have been good enough. The main games have been doing a good job in that respect. As well as, you know, the mystery dungeon stuff that I've been tooting my horn for like a decade at this point. A decade and a half, maybe. But, like, the main games have been stellar when it comes to storyline. Which I know not a lot of people really talk about, but that's what I come for. You will respectfully disagree with that statement. I don't know. I enjoy the storylines of newer Pokemon games. And by newer, I mean like Black and White onward. But also Hello Sinwar. Well, black and white, and then like just ignore X and Y for a little, and then keep going. I was talking about this recently with someone, but the Pokemon games that focus on dysfunctional families, they hit hard. Lameti, hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Been pretty jaded about Pokemon for a while, but you still look on the new, at the new designs. You want to like Pokemon. Yeah, there are a lot of problems with the Pokemon's franchise. Like, I'm not just gonna like ignore those. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because there are other videos that do a way better job explaining it, right? One that I will always look back fondly on. That's a weird thing to say about a video essay, but one that I really like, because it doesn't tear into them as much as it tries to understand why Pokemon is such a hard thing to develop for, is the video by Fox Cade, how Pokemon became a logical nightmare design. Because I feel like there's at least some sympathy there. And it's kind of something I've been echoing for a while. Like, you know, multi-million-dollar company, franchise, more so. Game Freak is not all of the money. That's the Pokemon company. Game Freak develops the games, and seems to be having a hard time of itself. Sorry. I should really have like a time to video essay discussion in my chat, like a command or something. But yeah. There are a lot of problems with Pokemon games. Like, never feel bad for not getting into the franchise again. Like, if you dipped, you have dipped. Perfectly fine. Perfectly okay. But, I don't know. Tornado warning, apparently. Oh, Jesus. Good luck, Gummy. A video essay watch-along reaction stream win. Oh. I have. If I did one of those, I feel like I want to do an action button reviews reaction or watch along. Yes, please stay safe, Gami. Jeez, that's terrifying. Can't even imagine being like. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I grew up with Pokemon, right? Like, I think most of us have. But I think when it comes to, like, actually caring about the story, that didn't happen to me until Black and White. Like there was Silver, like the character Silver. And, you know, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are really good games. But I feel like that was more of a correction on their part, right? Like, these games, like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why, like, Black and White appealed to me specifically. I think it was because they wanted to take the thing in a new direction and actually kind of, hey, let's make an entirely new region, like just everything, right? Like, entirely new region, all new Pokemon, nothing from the old games, new start. And that was really ballsy, and I appreciated it. The recent games didn't really have a villain with a drive, in your opinion. Scarlet and Violet don't really have a villain in the end, which isn't a bad thing. That's not bad. Like, not every game needs to be, you know, evil organization trying to do something or another. Whether it be take over the world or otherwise, I guess. Let's see. You thought the sprite work for Black and White was peak Pokemon for you, anyways. Nope, you're not alone in that. You're not alone in that, Como. I had a lot of friends who would be like, "Oh man, Pokemon has to finally make the transition to 3D. This is embarrassing." And I'm just like, "The fuck are you talking about? These sprites are some of the best sprites out there right now. You want to get rid of that for like static 3D models?" They finally cracked the code to making sprites move. You know how hard that is for all these Pokemon? And then they moved. And then they complained again. Yes! Yes! Thank you, Chef. You're playing... Also, hello, Chef. You're playing through Black and White right now. Which actually got me thinking about this all over again. You prefer 2D Pokemon over 3D, but that's because the 3D models seem like it's not lazy, it's just very hard, right? I am all for reusing assets. That is never a bad thing. Lessening your workload, like there are entire franchises that are based on that. Yakuza, for example. But, and you know, because of how many Pokemon there are, that is just gonna have to be a thing they need to get, they need to do. Like, have you seen the Kickstarter of the Octopath Traveler like Pokemon S game? I'm always iffy on like games that try to be like Pokemon. Like, I'm sure it's a good game, but I'm always like thinking about it in terms of like, I feel like my brother plays a lot of these, right? Because there was a time where he was trying to get that magic of Pokemon again, but just couldn't. And he eventually realized, like, all of these games are good, but there's always something that they don't understand about what makes Pokemon good. Like, actually memorable. And I guess that's how I've always, like, thought about them. Lumentail is what it's called. Let me look at that, actually. Because you said Octopath looking, which... No, that's activating something in my head, I will tell you. Reusing assets isn't the problem, how static they are. They seem so lifeless. Yeah, that's just something that seems like a hard thing to do. I don't know why. This looks alright, actually. Oh, it is kind of using the puppeting system that Black and White did. With higher resolution sprites. Alright. Like, in my head, I feel like and you know, backseat game development, you know, take it for what it is. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm not a game developer. I have no idea what entails in these processes. I guess I would look into more so like faking dynamic movements, right? Like camera angles, like doing more with less. Like, I don't know. I think the recent games finally found decent 3D textures. They're getting there. Like, they're getting there. I'd like... I still don't really know how I feel about, like, them going for a bit more of a textured, like, realistic looking design for Pokemon. But it worked. And I'm not against that. I guess I don't know. You just don't want the games to not talk. You don't want the games to not talk to you like a 12-year-old. It's really hard for you to get immersed. And for a franchise you literally grow up with, it almost feels disrespectful. Like an age option would be dope. I think the thing with that is Pokemon is still definitely like aimed at getting kids into the game. Like, I think that's what I liked about Arceus, right? Is that those games, you're older, you're around 15, still a child, but they definitely use things like, you know, they talk to you about death or, you know, hey, don't die out there. And it's like, it felt, I don't need things to be mature in that way for me to get involved or interested in them. But it's like a nice breath of fresh air. God. Like, Pokemon can be aimed at kids, but it can also still be the first introduction to, like, complicated ideas like that. I know that, I guess they are playing it safe to be, well, they're actually they're actually pushing out some wild ideas in those games lately, I'm gonna say. But, you know, I feel like with a franchise that has been basically bird in controversial soup, I guess it took them a while to actually get around to, tackling a lot of harder stuff. But yeah, I don't know. You think if they want to charge AAA prices for Pokemon, they can absolutely be scrutinized like a AAA developer. Definitely. Like, I'm not, no question about that. I think my only point of, like, any nuanced take on it, though, is Pokemon is a very weird franchise in the fact that it is both baby's first JRPG, a JRPG that has to kind of have a story by nature of being a JRPG in which people don't care about the story because it is mostly a JRPG that people go for the gameplay, as well as an esport. Like, an esport that has set up the premise of any Pokemon that you have in one game, you'll be able to take with you 10 years from now. And it's just kind of its own weird leviathan of weird things that, like, in a better world, people would be, like, we'd be able to prepare for, right? But it's just a weird thing that no one has ever done before. And I don't really think the Pokemon Company wanted to do that to begin with. Like, the Gold and Silver thing, but that's also on them for making it like that. Well, here's the thing. I think if they never did the whole Gold and Silver thing, where it's like, hey, bring over your Pokemon from the previous gen, I think, because that's like the biggest thing, right? That was the thing that made those games awesome, is, hey, Pokemon from last gen you can take with you. That was the big, that is the marketing thing. And it worked, but it has since, like, caused that idea to be formed in everyone's head of, like, you just got to keep doing this, right? And that's the big difference between that and, like, Digimon. In Digimon, it's kind of like, this is the set roster for this game. Use what you like. Are you going to be happy if Leomon's in this game? Yeah, you will, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. But then, when it comes back, hey, there you go. It's the same way with Monster Hunter. Where, these aren't your friends, but Monster Hunter is very much like, this is the set roster, and then, if a new one if an oldie comes back, that's something to celebrate. And if, backseating again, but if I was in charge of Pokemon, I would have it so that every game basically only has a set amount of Pokemon completely either new to the region or, some oldies just to save on, just to fill. But how can you catch them all if they aren't there? And that's the thing, right? Like, in the English version, well, I don't even know if it's solely the English version, but that was their big marketing thing of gotta catch them all. And that was feasible. And that was feasible and impressive when it was only 150, right? Like, 150 characters in a single game on the Game Boy? That's wild. That's crazy. But then they kept going. And they kept going. And they kept going. If you notice, they dropped that moniker, like that that slogan pretty early on. I want to say it was Ruby and Sapphire that dropped the whole "Gotta catch 'em all" from the boxes. Because that just wasn't feasible. It literally wasn't. As someone with a lot of game development experience, I have your permission to back the game dev. Like, I just don't really think that it's like, it is on them to figure out a solution to their own problem. That is definitely on Game Freak's thing. I just don't think I don't think it's an easy solution to figure out. Because they tried with the whole limited regional Pokedex thing, and you know what happened? I don't know. The whole Dexit thing was kind of wild and kind of dumb. Like, I am someone who has been looking at the Pokemon franchise in a way that's been very generous to Game Freak, I guess. Yes, priority number 1, give Game Freak a proper amount of time to actually develop a game. Yes. I've been very generous about how I've been looking at Pokemon for a long time, because I always try to find out, okay, they're trying to step away from the formula here. I can respect that. Sun and Moon, awesome games. Amazing games. The reception of them, saying lukewarm would be generous, but I still love those games. I think they actually tried to do something different. Something cool. And anything that steps away from the whole gym system to begin with, aces in my book. Like, I'm someone who looks at the story at a Pokemon game. When are they making a new Pokemon Ranger game? That's the question. Oh my god. Like, I wouldn't mind that. But also, they don't really have a system that actually utilizes a touchscreen anymore, which is kind of the main conceit of those games. I mean, I could do it on my Switch, but I don't want to ruin my screen. You hated Sun Moon, especially since they treated you like an idiot. Like, okay, I'm an adult going into a franchise that is this old, that is aimed at children. I am expecting to be tutorialized a lot. And I don't actually think it's that bad, but I've also played Persona. So, you know. Sun Moon killed you off. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I can see that. I can see someone being turned off from Sun Moon. I love those games, though. Like, but I'm also someone who grew up with a lot of... Oh, alright, ads are happening. Pokemon X and Y are in your top 3 Pokemon games. Yeah, like... And X and Y have their own, like, detractors. And, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm one of them, but I'm definitely someone who's, like... Like, I'm not really... There are parts of Sun Moon, or X and Y that I love. But there, you know, it was also growing pains. You love Sun Moon because it's the only gen where it's legalized to hurt your Pokemon to become stronger. I mean, that was the one where it kind of retroactively made those, like, decisions, right? Like, hey, Mega Evolution's actually hurting, weirdly enough. It's not hard to make a turn off tutorial function. Like, it's not. But I think I don't know. I like to believe that I am, as an adult playing these games, I am in the minority. Sun and Moon made you like Pokemon again. X and Y had Mega Evolution. Like, Sun and Moon made me care about story in Pokemon again. Like, X and Y had a bit of that for me with the post-game, the Looker and Emma storyline, which I still love. The Mega Scissor Lord is living in your head scotch-free. Also, hello, Aori. Like, it's like, you're not a fan of returning gimmicks they are doing now, like Z moves are gone, Gigantamax is gone, so on and so forth. I like the idea that it gives each region its own, like, identity, but I did wish that they kind of, like, you know, expanded a bit more on those. He essentially became too hot and heavy that if he stops flapping his wings, he will die and melt. Yeah, a lot of the Pokédex entries are kind of messed up. The Megas especially. Like, I don't know. I look to these franchises, and maybe it's just because I am very contrary when it comes to stuff like this. But, I just really like looking at these things that I play and trying to find the good in them, right? Like, do the games on the Switch run like ass? Absolutely. Is there precedent for them running better? Yes, definitely. Have I gotten any sense of adventure since, like Scarlet and Violet before or since? Not at all. And that's something in my head that I've been trying to think about of, like, I played that game with other people, like, the entire thing. And I have never had that much fun exploring a world with anyone, like, in any game before. And there are other games that are better optimized, you know, maybe better crafted, but I feel like it's different, right? And the fact that I can't really describe how or why it's different, like, just means that I'm not the one who should probably be stating that, right? Like, I can't really explain what it is. And I don't know how. I don't know what, like, it's such a weird thing to talk about. With the Monhan games, they usually do some goofy shiz, but weirdly build on them to make them better. Monhan rewards you subtly for returning by retroactively making the game easier to do experience. It's difficult for Pokemon to do the same. That's a good jumping off point, actually, because I've been not training. Training's a weird word. I've been watching new people get into Monhan Rise specifically, and they eventually do get it, right? They eventually understand how the game works. But it is a deep dive. Like, Pokemon is the most beginner-friendly game out there. Monster Hunter, especially now, I feel it takes a lot. Monster Hunter takes a lot to actually get into, and it doesn't really bother to explain some of the mechanics in a way that's, like, intuitive. You personally think seeing things only positively can just be bad as seeing things only negatively? I want to just be a bit more of an optimistic, like, on the optimistic side of that kind of stuff. Because a lot of my... Yamizu, hello, welcome. We were talking about Pokemon. Hello, how are you guys doing? Oh, now the shoutouts are working. Okay. I don't know. I always like to be optimistic about the games I love, and when something want to bully me even more, why? Why? What have I done? Also, hello, Yuta. Yeah, I don't know. Like, most things that I don't like tend to have to try out very hard to make me not like them. Even though you don't like the franchise that much, seeing people genuinely enjoy it makes you happy. Yeah, like, I used to be someone I used to get on people's shit for liking things I didn't like. And that didn't make me happy. It was funny. I will admit, it was funny sometimes. But, it was not fun to, like... We're not talking about Vaporeon. Boy. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I used to like talking about other people's things. What other people don't like, to be like, hey, am I upsetting you? Am I upsetting you by pointing out how this franchise that you enjoy is a horrible trash fire? And it's like, whatever. It doesn't matter. I know a lot of... I know a few people. I know a few people who still get that kind of enjoyment. And it's just like... I won't say I've grown out of it. Sometimes it's still fun. But, I don't know. I prefer finding good in bad things. Like, or, just finding good. For example, you love the Halo franchise, but you're still gonna shit on how poorly Halo Infinite is being handled. As someone who has never gone into Halo, I can't touch that, but I actually have no idea how people feel about Halo nowadays. Like, I know a lot of diehards. I know a lot of people who were like into the first 3, and then the other games that were still made by that team, and then everything after just doesn't exist. But I've also seen a lot of people who say those new games are pretty good, at least gameplay wise. Old Halo was insane. Then they swapped devs and cheeks now. How much time do I have for Halo? They're pretty, but that's it. Yeah. Like, all right. Let me put my feelings on video games out on the table. I am someone who gets very suspicious when a game looks really good. Like visually. Like, if a game has really good graphics and that's what they talk about, I get very like, I don't really know. Like, because I used to have a friend who was like, super into like, oh man, that's not a texture on Joel's shirt. That is a model. They have modeled that in. And it flops, and it's awesome, and it's great. And it's like, okay, cool. What does that do? if it was not modeled into his, if it was not a model, part of the model, and just a texture, would that change anything about how I feel about the game? And yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, Como, but yeah. I don't know, I am someone who very much am wary of hype. I'm wary of outrage. I'm wary of both these things, and I don't like to go along with it because I'm just like, okay. You think Naughty Dog almost ruined the video game industry? I think it perpetuated the idea of a AAA game and what that means. I think their games are still good, but I think the idea of what it means to be like a AAA developer or a game has definitely changed. If you ever picked up the older Halo games, you'd squad with me. That is not the first time someone's offered that, but I'll think about it, Como. You feel like they want to make movies instead, and that's a harder thing, right? I don't have a problem with games trying to chase after movies. I think I used to be someone who hated that very idea of like, hey, games are games and movies are movies. But it's like that. I feel like that's a very narrow way of thinking about it nowadays. I do feel like the idea that a game needs to become a television show or a movie to be seen as art is maybe a bit, that's, I don't know. It's kind of a weird way of thinking about games, of like, You've only made it once you got an HBO show. And I typically don't like games that are very cinematic. But, you know, I feel like to say that a game needs gameplay, or, you know, solely gameplay, is kind of discrediting a lot of things like, you know, they just wanted to make pretty set pieces first. That's fair. And, you know, that's one way. There is no wrong or right way when it comes to, like, what is a game, right? Like, because I played, you know, a lot of, like, games that have had a big impact on me are, like, you know, Telltale stuff, right? And if you strip it down to it, those games are definitely trying to, you know, kind of ape that kind of stuff, right? Cinematic. I mean, David Cage is another bag of worms, but you know, people enjoy those games, and I'm not gonna be like that's a thing. There is a wrong way to make a game. I feel like I know where you're getting at, and I am prepped to not disagree with it. Not disagree. Yes. Not disagree. Double negative. Double negative is positive. Sorry. Predatory live service microtransaction hell. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I have a weird thing. Yeah. No. I've talked too much about that one game in particular. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Nope. Nope. I've been watching a lot more people who talk about games that aren't like AAA or even really as sevens, let's say. And I like it when people talk about games they actually enjoy as opposed to games that are popular. Not that I have any problem. A lot of the games that I play are like, what? Some of the most popular games in the world. But I like seeing people talk about games that aren't really talked about. And this one is, this person is, well, one of the people I've been watching is Thor High Heels. He puts out a lot of very... He puts out a lot... They put out, like, a lot of really cool retrospectives on games. Like, most recently, even, like, a game that they previously hated. Right? Which is, Eternal Sonata. They put out a video about it, and it was more kind of them looking back on it and being like, I actually really like this game now. I'm in a better headspace about it, and I enjoy this game. Sinwar, I have weird opinions on Monster Hunter World that I don't want to talk about, because every time I talk about Monster Hunter World, my brain goes to juice. And I don't like shitting on things people enjoy. Vox, hello, welcome, hi. We're having a free talk. Like, fuck Lunastra? Why did they? I feel like Lunastra, okay. I feel like Lunastra is the point in which the change in developing a fight happened. Like that's kind of like the point in the game where it's like, okay, this is where the method for creating fights has changed. And I feel like that's the same way with everyone I've talked to about Lunastra has basically been like that. Personally, you like Roll, but that's because your friends actually played a Monhun game with you. That's all you'll say. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I have a lot of problems with World, but that's also the game where people actually got to play with people because, hey, here's a AAA Monster Hunter game that looks good and isn't on a 3DS or PSP. or a Wii. And, you know, had a very lengthy and fruitful DLC like roadmap. Like, I will shit on games. I don't want to shit on people's experiences. And because for me, that was For You. That was the game where I played with friends finally and had a lot of my favorite times, like just hanging out with friends in a Discord, a Skype call. Was Discord even a thing? Like, just hunting monsters and hanging out and just shooting the shit. And, I would never want to, like, diminish someone else's experience of that. So yeah, Sinward, like, I have, like, I guess that's kind of, I will never, like, if I ever say anything bad about World, well, I don't know, I feel like if I criticize anything, I don't think you'd really take it. You seem very able to separate, like, likes and criticism, I guess. Ori was so fun, but you only played it solo. Yeah, it was hard to... If you don't go into any of those games prior to World without a group, it's, like, hard to get into Monster Hunter. They did some of the coolest and uncoolest stuff they've ever done in the entire franchise. You've sunk tons of hours into it, but the endgame was so abysmal that you can't even tell if you like it. Endgame in Monster Hunter is a hard thing to get right. That's all I'll say. I don't want to say endgame is bad in every Monster Hunter, because I feel like some people find a rhythm to it and other people just don't. And I don't know. I am very wary about mimicking. I feel very wary about mimicking kind of what is the status quo, or like what is commonly held belief in terms of, a franchise. World was when you actually got into Mon Hun because the DS controls were hard. Yeah, like, again, I love the 3DS. That is my favorite portable system. Well, like, I kind of consolidate the 3DS and the DS as the same thing, but you know what I mean. I enjoy the DS. But I'm also, ever since then, I've been very more aware of how, like, some people literally can't hold this thing comfortably. And I'm trying my best to, like, keep that in mind. It's Newscaster Soren. Hello, Dasai. Iceborne Elders were gimmicks over challenging. As a solar player, damage check should never have been an outright fail. Como, it is very much taking an MMO mentality to Monster Hunter, which, to some people it worked out. Some people wanted a lot more of the spectacle, and the mechanics of that. But I think for me, I like a one-on-one fight with a monster, or like a fair fight. I guess that's kind of what I like. You think the 3DS is the best game system ever made, then you remember how it almost flopped at launch. Yeah, that's such a turnaround story for me. I love the 3DS. I think it's a good system. Like, but it was a hard sell for most people, right? It was a hard sell up until the end because the 2DS came out, which kind of got rid of the main gimmick, but sold way better, I think. You think the Switch is the best one, to be honest. 3DS is compact, but the 3D gimmick was almost never used more than often. Yeah. Like, okay. The Switch is amazing. I just keep forgetting that it's still considered a portable system, because I never used it portably at this point. I want to, but it's also kind of that whole thing of like, do I want to bring this thing that cost me a lot of money, like on a bus, on a train, and potentially leave it? Which I guess I didn't ever feel with the 3DS, because it's like, it eventually got cheaper. You say this because you kept trying to use the 3D feature. Okay. To kind of emphasize how weird I'm different. Like, no. But I am a lot of the times in the minority of things, because I needed the 3D feature to actually look at the 3DS. if I turned the 3D feature off for any game, I would realize it was a very low resolution screen. And that actually hurt me more than 3D did. So, and, okay, let me tell you this, because this was one of the weirdest things getting used to. I had a hard time getting into Monster Hunter World, because 4U and Generations taught me to think about distance. I could space myself very well in the 3DS Monster Hunter games. And I had lost that. I went from hunting with 2 eyes to 1 eye. I could not tell different distance. And that was the weird. That's not on World's fault. That's not on World at all. That is on me. That was such a weird transition, right? Of, okay, I know exactly how far my blade is going to reach because I have 3D on. And now I don't. I don't at all. It was wild. Like, it makes sense. It just was weird to actually experience. You would say the Switch has potential to be the best, but you feel Nintendo is actively hurting it from being that because it can absolutely get there with the emulators. With NSO, if we're supposed to bet. Yeah. I don't even want to get, well, someone has actually told me about why NSO is very weird and whack. But if I were to echo it, I would not be able to do it justice. And I think we all kind of have our own opinions on. I've switched over to Ethernet for my Switch, which is a weird thing to talk about, but it is absolutely necessary sometimes. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real fast. Ugh. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you wonder if they'll do a VR Monster Hunter, not swinging your arms like kind of VR, but headset compatible to emulate that depth I'm talking about. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't know if it could be like, I don't know if they'll ever like commit to that being a mainline game. I think it'd be a fun little gimmick. Because I feel like Monster Hunter is pretty fun to like, just, I don't know, mess with like that. Monster Hunter is like their Kirby. You can do anything with Kirby, and Nintendo will probably approve of it because it's just like Kirby does well in everything. There's only like a couple of bad Kirby games in the entire franchise. There are a lot more so-so games, and for the most part, people really like Kirby games. You think in World you would instinctively angle the camera to look a bit more to the ground now that you mention it? You think it was also about measuring your space? I am really bad at measuring distance. I'm really bad at spacing. I'm actually... Ow! What the hell? Ow, sorry. I'm really bad at spacing. And it's kind of one of the weird things where in Smash Brothers, I actually enjoy a lot more of the sword fighting characters because I at least know how long a sword is. Like, and that helps me with spacing. But yeah, I've always had a bad issue with spacing because I don't know if I can like, I don't know. Can you get hyped about the 2 Splatoon 3 DLCs? I mean, we weren't talking about them, but yeah, you sure can, Ari. Which is probably also why I made the brush, because, dude, if you give me a gun, I will try to shoot someone regardless of distance. Give me a brush, I know my limits. It's a hard balance. There's too much young blood. You potentially start to go the tech company, move fast and break things mentality, which you don't think is ideal. I've never really thought about that, Dasai. But I guess I understand. Weird question, but do I have that thing where I can't picture 3D shapes in my head? Like moving the apple? I actually can. Like, I can move it. I think my imagination is, I can see color. I can move 3D objects. I can do the works. I think my thing is I am just not coordinated as a person in general. So, like, there is a cup near me right now. I'm gonna try to grab it. It is farther than I thought it was. I thought it was an arm's length away. It is not. It is slightly more so. I don't think it's my eyes. I think it's just literally I am bad with judging things like that. Like, that's why I main Sword and Shield too, because if I am next to a monster, I'm gonna hit it. Mostly. Sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. But, you know, for the most part, it is like, you know, I like being safe that way. Zen, hello! Welcome! How's it been? You know what's going on? We're talking about Monster Hunter, Splatoon, kind of anything that comes to mind, really. Pretty sure depth perception is a different thing to aphantasia. But also, hello, Zen. Let me give you a shout out. You give me a shout out whenever you're on. I want to give you a shout out. This is what I want to do. Then I could definitely relate. I am someone who would basically spend the entire night not sleeping because a direct was happening the next morning. This was definitely in the era of Smash reveals, but still happens from time to time. I would have been right with you if I had remembered that a Pokemon Direct was happening at all. Pokemon Sleep ironically screwed up your sleep today. Fair enough. I gave you a shout out, right? Yes. Everyone follows Zen. They're a really cool person. They play a lot of either RPGs or fighting games, and they are very good at both. Sorry. There are people around. Trying my best not to be a bother. But, let me see if I can put something on in the meanwhile that isn't like a 6-hour video. It might have to be a 6-hour video. You just wanted Pokemon Coliseum remake? Last Direct was really nice. Like, Weirdly enough, I like the fact that a lot of the directs have been aiming for like a bit more niche audiences, like trying to get those wins over the big hype, hype crowd, right? DB games on the Nintendo Switch Online. I've been considering playing. I'm considering playing a DS or a Game Boy game on stream at some point. I don't know what it'll be. You're screwed if they put Sacred Stones on it. Oh, was that not? No, the original Fire Emblem was, but not Sacred Stones. That might be worth looking at. Or mildly surprised that Advance Wars Reboot got a release date. Oh, right. Well, it was going to be released earlier, but, or Battle Network 1. Is that on the Game Boy thing, or is that part of the collection? You believe it's a remake. You don't know anymore. It is called Reboot, but it is... Yeah. No, the collection's its own thing. Okay, I see. Yeah, from the NSO thing. Weirdly enough, did you miss the Serena caster panel? Let me put her on. Let me put her on. Where is it, actually? Here, I'll paste this. Yeah, I've been doing well, Yumi. Thank you. Mr. Protagonist. There's Serena. Should I put her on the screen as well? Wait, that's not. Oh, yeah. Been working on that in my spare time. Which I have a lot of. But, I feel like a lot of people actually don't know who Serena was. So I figured I might as well update that design. Or, help her pick out her new clothes. Because I got a 2.0, she might as well get a 2.0, so on and so forth. There's also Metroid Prime Remaster. Serena gives you Twooey vibes, actually. And I've done my... I was gonna say, wait a minute. Thank you. I indulged the Serena fan club. Is V-Fred awake? Are they conscious? I feel like I would know at this point. This is my most liked tweet in a while. Serena will find her way onto the stream one day or another. He'll come back. It'd be like 2 a.m. That's not weird for him. Sorry, can't wait to see me the new Neo Tuui 2. That's me. I'm the pro tag. Big Serena fan here. Everyone is, apparently. Okay. Kind of get it though. Everyone loves Zebo more than doggo cells, especially fat ones. You're right. I do see a lot of people playing with Zebo whenever I'm on your streams then. Speaking of time, how's it almost noon? Time goes by fast. Also, yeah, sorry. There's construction happening. Yeah, like, after the whole fiasco that was the 64 emulation, and how apparently that's not really the best emulation, it was super surprising and cool to see that this new Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulator, pretty good, does a really good job. Why can't you throw shit at me? That would have been a bad joke. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I don't have that feature. Which integrated throwing system? No, that's not me. The dam will break once GameCube Emily. I wonder what GameCube games they would add. Like, okay, I don't want to say that these are like moonshots, right? Because I think they have like actual good chance of showing up. Yeah, Custom Robo was a big one. Like, Custom Robo is definitely going to be a game that'll be on there, and you'll be... It's the golden son of the GameCube. Thousand Year Door, Melee, Custom Robo. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Wind Waker... Wind Waker... See, Wind Waker would be really nice. Yeah, Metroid Prime definitely... Huh? Yeah. I wonder how that works. Actually, no, all of those are probably going to be the lineup, huh? I feel like there might be like a weird pick. Amazing Island, maybe, I don't know. You think they'll port over the HD Wind Waker instead of the GameCube one? I just want to play Wind Waker again. Like, I know some people... I'm kind of weirdly in the middle. I'm a fence sitter on this one. Because that's so weird for me, right? Do you guys like the original Wind Waker's, like, very cel-shaded, like, look? Or do you like the more bloom-heavy... Still stylized, but more so, like, you know, shaded HD version? Because... I think for a while I thought I liked the HD one. But then I saw the original GameCube one again. And, you know, weirdly enough, because it's cel shaded, still holds up. I could take either at this point. You prefer the HD Wind Waker personally as its own game too? You don't want to get that game locked behind the subscriptions. Yeah, that's fair. For the GameCube one, yeah, right. It's weird. They're pretty smart to you, pretty samey. Yeah, like I could take either at this point. It's a little too bright, but you like the quality of life changes. There were a lot of them, yeah. Like, I think I want to say Twilight Princess did a similar thing, but I didn't really look too much into it. Swift Sail is the single best change they added. Also the Tingle maps. Hate that little green ripoff artist. It's fine. Don't worry about him. They've stripped him of the Tingle Tuner. They've stripped him of the Miiverse. What will they do next? Twilight Princess is your favorite 3D Zelda game? I don't know what would mine be at this point. Because okay. Talked about this before. I really like Wind Waker for the fact that it has a message. Like, there is a theme there, and the theme is, hey, all of you people who are clamoring for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, those games are really good, but we have to let go. Like, Ganondorf in that game is literally a guy who is clinging to the past when he was glorious and mighty and powerful. But that's not the case anymore. It's a new generation. And I really appreciate that theme. So that's kind of up there. I don't know. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess were your childhood-defining titles, so you're super biased toward those two. Those, I mean, that was GameCube era. Like, those games are tied to the hip in a weird way of, like, a very opposite-looking depictions of Link. But, you know, I feel like, you know, those are the games. You like Wind Waker Ganon the most because there's more going on than, waha, I'm evil. I don't think he's justified. Well, yeah, I don't think he's justified in trying to take away the future from a new generation. But I think it is it's a more nuanced take on a character that I never really thought about as nuanced. And, I don't know, I don't need my villains to be sympathetic. I like it when they have a reason that's more than... Well, I was going to say, like, wanting power, but sometimes that's a good enough reason on its own, too. I like it when there's a reason for the quest for power. You hope they add Game & Watch Gallery 2 to the Game Boy. I did have a lot of fond memories of those Game & Watch games. Not gonna lie. My parents grew up with the Game Boy, like, or the Game & Watch, like, the original. So that was always kind of like a weird in-between that we could bond over. Fun times. Yeah, Zelda's a franchise on its own, huh? Talk about Pokemon, we could be talking about Zelda. I have my own controversial opinions on that, but you know. we need not get into them. Even Watch Gallery 2 was the one handheld game that defined your childhood. It's weird to me. A lot of games that define my childhood are games that I probably would not think about or even consider playing nowadays. Any examples? Let's see. I guess Amazing Island would be one of them. That was the game where you could like basically like create your own creature and have it participate in mini games. It was fun for what it was. That game was nuts. It was wild. Here, let me show you guys some games I used to play. Reminds you of Spore, kind of. Spore is also up there of a game that I spent a lot of time with. Probably wouldn't play now. But I think that's more so I know what Spore is at this point. Have you guys ever heard of Magic Pen Gel? Really nice looking game that I think influenced a lot about what I like about like video game aesthetics, I guess. Here, I will put that on. It's the longest video. Can I put this on? Here. I don't think it'll be a problem.
One of the main ways that I like to use Grammarly
No,
is
not
to
an
take
ad.
the stress out of responding to emails. And I used to
Here. This is Magic Pen Gel. I'll show you guys the intro because I think it's very defining of what it is. I'll also show you the menu, like how you navigate the world. 'Cause I had a really big thing for like open air markets. And also very like island culture, islander cultural settings. Is that light mode, YouTube? I can't change that on OBS. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, this defined a lot about what I like about video games. Because, okay, I didn't get into, I never played Mega Man Legends when I was younger. That was something I played later on. But I really love things that are, I guess, take advantage of the kind of a low poly aesthetic. And that was not really by choice for them, to be honest. So these are doodles. They're like little. Think of Foster's Home for imaginary friends. The environment doesn't look half bad. Like in the character models, are probably where I was like, all right, this game is awesome. That dog is a box dog. This is making you nostalgic for days you never experienced. That's the theme of my stream. This does look like Legends. You move out a little. I forgot her name.
This is your doodle, right? You need to keep an eye on it. See, I told you so. You need to take better care of your doodles. Who are you? You don't look like
I won't lie, when I was younger, I had a big crush on...
you're from around here.
Anyway. And then her brother shows up. You see the hair similarity? I guess this is kind of why I like hair like this. Okay, let's skip over to, like, the overworld, the map. Because, dude, this was awesome.
Hey,
Yeah, Zoe,
I'm
that's her
going to the
name.
marketplace. Follow me.
Still better voice acting than Super Mario Sunshine. That's... Oh. I feel like that was more direction. Here. Okay, so... Yeah, so the entire game is first person. And, oh my god, this loading screen's so good. I forgot about that. And it takes place on kind of like an island. And, dude, navigating this world was so magical. Let me scoot.
We have to hurry if you're gonna enter the tournament. Come on.
Look at this. You would have adored this as a kid. It being first person makes sense as to why you never heard it. Like, it's not actually first person. Like, it is. The menu is. Like, look at this.
Would you like some? Welcome.
But, like, it is a turn-based... It's a PS2 game.
How
It's a
can I help
turn-based... It's rock, paper, scissors. It's Pokemon.
Thank
But you make
you.
your Pokemon.
Would you like some tea?
So this is how you navigated, basically, the entire world. Why is the game so small? I'm not actually playing it. I'm just showing it off
What can I do for you?
via video. This is a browser.
See ya!
So you would walk through this marketplace going uphill and just kind of like talk to random people.
Welcome.
I feel like I recognize the artists.
Thanks.
And you would just kind of integrate yourself into this culture, like this society.
See my beautiful fish. Tasty. Yummy.
Yeah, I remember the fisherman talking like that.
Hey.
It is quaint. This is why I really like seaside towns and games.
Come again. Come see my beautiful fish. Tasty.
Especially when they're live and why are we so incredible? We're a child.
See my beautiful fish. Tasty. Yummy.
It's got a neat vibe to it. Yeah.
Come see my beautiful fish. Tasty. Yummy. Come see my beautiful fish. Tasty. Yummy. Come see my beautiful fish. Tasty. Yummy.
Hold on. I want to stop by Granny's.
It
Zoe, is that a new friend?
is your character's grounded. Come to see his beautiful fish. Tasty, yummy. Is this the mutton, fresh mutton of its time? I was thinking that, actually. Well, you know, a fishmonger has to be very loud about that kind of stuff. If you're selling fish, gotta make sure they
Hello, dear.
sell before the end of the
I'll
day.
leave this gem here and come back later to pick up the gold, okay? We're in a hurry. See you later, Granny. We're going to the arena. Zoe, wait for me!
This is actually the prequel. This is actually a prequel to Graffiti Kingdom.
As a king.
In, I want to say in Japanese, it is just called Graffiti Kingdom.
Does not exist.
And then the sequel is actually Graffiti Kingdom 2. Makes sense. And look at how nice and cozy this is. I wanted to live here when I was younger. This is almost like being in a Ghibli. And yeah, let me see.
Hey.
Let me look up the like artist for this game. Because that's always the vibe I've gotten. I'm gonna say typing in Magic Pengel character designer or artist didn't really give me anything, considering the entire conceit of the game.
Hello.
I don't know. Maybe I just like games where you're kind of feeling like you're part of the community.
What?
Because it's this and it was a bit later, but
It's
not it was a bit later when I got into the franchise, but
Come on.
you know,
My friends
I feel like
are
Monster Hunter does the
here.
same thing of you are part of a very small community of people.
Understand?
Feel cozy,
That's
right?
the rule.
Who did the art for this game?
See, I told you so.
Fine.
The doodle tournaments are being held inside. Hey, hurry! You're the one entering.
Version makes your brain do the good chemicals. Who is the artist for this game? It's so familiar. I'm just gonna have it play. You're watching this long play now. Magic Pengel credits.
You want to enter?
Yoshiharu Sato? Yeah. Graffiti Kingdom, Magic Pengel.
Go, Doodle.
If there's an emulator for this game, I mean, this video is emulated. I wouldn't mind, but But it's also, I don't know if it's like interesting to watch, like gameplay wise. It is rock, paper, scissors. Let's see. Yoshiharu Sato. What have you done? What have you done? What have you worked on? Is this the same one? Same guy? Because they have worked on a lot of Ghibli stuff, if that's the case, which makes sense. Yeah, I think this is the same guy. Yeah, Totoro, Arietti. Yeah, there is Ghibli blood here. Fire Emblem is rock, paper, scissors with a tons of extra steps. Fair. From what I remember of Pangel, it is a lot of luck, which I don't know if I have. Never finished it when I was younger. I feel like finishing it now would actually be some good closure, but also maybe break me. Not gonna lie, even looking at this right now and like, here, let's skip forward. I want to see more of the exploration. I know that that's not the gameplay, but yeah, right. Because we're fighting this guy because he also has a thing for Zoe. Sorry, did I say also? I mean, he has a thing for Zoe. And he thinks that you have a thing for Zoe, so he's just like, I'm gonna beat you. I can't play this game. I can't play this game on stream. Some older games are like that. Ninjala is kind of like rock, paper, scissors.
Hey, look, here comes that sissy new kid.
You don't tend to. I remember Ninjala had an anime which was actually very. It looked nice. Yeah, look at this guy's doodle.
Power, go!
So yeah. I thought you'd get bullied at some point. I think I just need more games where like the vibe is kind of what you're going for. It's just this open field where you can watch your doodles and talk to people.
Hey,
I'm noticing something, and I'm really happy I did not go. I did. Ads, by the way. So I can say this without anything being recorded. But I feel like when I was helping Serena pick out clothes, I feel like I'm very happy that my bias did not reveal itself in any way, really. Because when I pick out clothes, doesn't tend to go well, and it tends to default to like fashion I have seen in shows and games. Like, I don't know what is actually fashionable. If I can look like something I had seen or played, I think I look good. Maybe I should actually play The World Ends With You, so that, at the very least, my idea of what is cool meshes up with what is fashionable. And look at this guy's doodle. Some people make some crazy doodles, especially in Graffiti Kingdom. Let's see. I didn't know Graffiti Kingdom had characters, actually. Oh, man. Someone made Garnet in Graffiti Kingdom. I could see that. That fits. I will not watch it on stream, but I will post the video because this is crazy. That's weirdly accurate. Man, people go wild in Graffiti Kingdom, even now. Well, this video was 7 years ago. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm okay. Okay. Someone make vodka. Here. Here's another weird one. What? Alright. People do some weird things. If you give someone the tools, I feel like they'll figure out how to make anything. Alright. It's a bit of a shorter stream today, but I think I'll call it here for now. And that's fine. I might stream later tonight. Well, I am going to be on a stream later tonight. I will be on Boxcoy's channel. Is that their name? Is that how you spell their name? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit it. Yes, that is them. I will be over on their stream later tonight. Voice acting for some Valkyrie profile. All right, cool. Yeah, it's always a pleasure, Como. Sorry for suddenly ending it. Wasn't really expecting any work being done, but what can you do? I know it's probably not audible on your end, but you know, I need to be around. Enjoy your afternoon. Thank you for tuning in, Sinwar. Thank you for the monster check and hydrate Dosai. I am just now seeing that for some reason. You know, I think we'll raid someone first before I call it quits. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about before I dip. Nothing comes to mind. But if I do, I'll talk to you guys on Twitter or something. Oh, right. My birthday. Well, first of all, my birthday is next week. But today is someone else's birthday. So, everyone, we're going to be raiding into them. And for the raid message, just say happy birthday, if that's possible. If you need to do anything, take a break, call it a day, feel free to. My birthday's coming up it's March 5th, actually. But we can get there. We'll talk about that when it happens. Let's go raid Doran. Our cool VTuber. I don't think they're pushing for 500, but I'm pushing for them to get to 500. 500 followers. They've been stuck at 420 for a long time, and that's funny. We will break through. And it's also their birthday. So show them some love. They're playing some Hi-Fi Rush right now, which is also a game I really like. So let's join them. Why they did not finish right now? Come on. Okay, they're still alive. Cool. They were not appearing for some reason. Okay. All right. Raid message, happy birthday. Thank you guys for coming. Means a lot. Thank you for listening to me talk about video games. Take care. Take care of yourself. See you guys on the flip side. Now gotta bounce. Bye.